Looking for financial insights you can trust?
How do you protect yourself as an investor? What's the strategy?
I think it's really simple. I think you just want to be diversified in your portfolio.
The Payne family brings real-world experience to every conversation.
Well, I think that's the problem right now is, right, a lot of people that are close to retirement, they're taking so much risks. And if we do get a big sell-off, it could derail their retirement.
Listen to the Pain Points of Wealth on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
Listen, all you New Yorkers. Excuse me, taxi. Okay, we're looking around.
This is the 77 WABC minicast.
For my part, I am going to separate facts from opinion. What does that mean? You can have your own opinion, you can't have your own facts. And one of the frustrating things about listening to talk radio nowadays or any media commentary is people have different facts, selective facts. They give you the facts that back up their case rather than all of the facts. And that's why nobody trusts anything that they hear. And that's one of the problems that is eroding the foundation of democracy. I am a Democrat. I am a proud Democrat. And I will tell you my opinion as a Democrat. But I'll also tell you the facts. And they are different than my opinion. And too often they get merged. Even on this station, I hear guys spinning facts. You want to be a conservative? God bless you, be a conservative. But tell the truth and use the facts. And that's what we're going to try to do today. I want to touch on two issues before we get to your calls. ICE funding continues. What's happening with ICE, in my opinion, is this is all political tactics. They're not really getting to the heart of the ICE problem, which is the heart of the issue of immigration that has evaded resolution in this country for 50 years. And now we're just talking about political tactics. The ICE funding has been pulled back because President Trump is on his back foot. He's on his back foot after the Renee Good and Mr. Preddy shootings. And he's pulled back the funding, and they're now going to debate the funding. But look, what happened with Renee Good and Alex Preddy was inevitable. You had the Vice President of the United States, J.D. Vance, telling the ICE agents you have absolute immunity. Absolute immunity. That was just wrong. Just wrong. I don't want to say lie. Just wrong. You're supposed to be a lawyer. They don't have absolute immunity. Go ask the police officer who killed George Floyd if he had immunity. He's doing 21 years. He's in an Arizona prison. He was stabbed just the other day. Almost died. Federal police officers, you don't have absolute immunity. And you have no immunity from prosecution. And the only defense is I acted as a reasonable officer would have acted. Now, there's supposed to be investigations going on in Minnesota. I believe, prediction here, there will be a conviction. There was no reasonable officer standard met when they shot Alex Preddy after they took his gun repeatedly. Now, have the feds covered it up? Is it a real investigation? Who knows? But if it is done on the merits, I think that they get a conviction. What has President Trump done? He has tried to back up. He has taken Secretary Noem. She's now among the disappeared. Bovino is among the disappeared. And he's brought back Tom Homan, put him up front. Now, I am truthfully not a big Tom Homan fan. He was on Fox TV sitting next to Mayor Adams, and he said he would put his foot up the butt of the mayor of New York. And he lost me there. What a classless comment. You're sitting in New York City next to the mayor of New York City, and you use that kind of comment. Who do you think you are? Who elected you to anything that you're going to say that to the mayor? But that's his style, the big, broady style. And he's supposed to be the guy who calms down the situation. Tom Homan is no advocate for judiciousness. Tom Homan actually echoes what they're accusing Trump of, which is the dictatorship.
So what do you mean when you say, I don't care what judges think?
No, I don't care what that judges think. As far as this case, we're going to continue to arrest public safety threats, national security threats. We're going to continue to deport them from the United States.
Yeah, I don't care what the judges say. Yeah, that's called a dictator, not a democracy. There are branches of government. There are checks and balances. If the judge tells you you're breaking the law, you cannot do that, right? You can't dismiss a judge. You're not God. You're not a king. You're not a dictator. And Homan now has a revisionist theory of what has happened with ICE.
We're going to keep targeting the worst of the worst, which we've been doing since day one.
Oh, you're targeting the worst of the worst. No, that's where Trump started, that he was going to target the worst of the worst. These were dangerous criminals, and they were here illegally, and he was going to get them out of the country. And he had the American people with him when he said that. When he said that, he had the American people with him. That is not what they did. They are not targeting the worst of the worst. They have a quota, 1 million people a year, 3,000 people a day. They've deported American citizens. They're pulling 5-year-olds out of their homes. These are not the worst of the worst. They're targeting restaurant workers, landscaping workers, construction workers. Who's going to do those jobs? Who's going to work for those wages in those jobs? Remember, people, the immigrants in this country net are a positive. They actually make the country money. They pay taxes, and they pay more in taxes than they take out. If you try to deport all the immigrants, all the people who are undocumented, you will hurt this economy. George Bush, too, knew that. Donald Trump knows that. New York City knows that. That's why they started with targeting the worst of the worst. But now they're targeting everyone, and they're shooting American citizens in the meantime. And that's why Trump is backing up. Political tactics. What are the Democrats saying? The Democrats are seizing the opportunity, and they are demanding ICE reforms.
Well, Democratic leaders unleashed a barrage of reforms. They want to mandate judicial warrants as part of targeted enforcement, ban masks, require agents to display an ID, prohibit patrols around sensitive locations, and stop random searches. They also want to expand training and increase oversight, among other demands. Democratic senators say they're united in their approach.
Oh, barrage of reforms, right? That's an opinion, barrage of reforms. No searches without a judicial warrant. The law is, the Constitution says, you cannot just search a person's home. You can't just walk through the front door. There are 3 conditions. Person can consent, knock, knock, hello, police, can we come in? Okay, I'd love to have you come in. 2, exigent circumstances based on probable cause. You have a reason to believe something is happening that is dangerous in that home, and it's an emergency, and you have to get in. And it's probable cause. A reasonable person would agree with you. Or 3, you have to get a warrant. No racial profiling. I know, that's the law. And look, these are basic policing laws. We have 18,000 police departments in this country. We have over 1.2 million police officers. They're out there every day. They follow rules. They follow laws. Let ICE follow the same laws. The federal government has other police departments. You have the FBI, the DEA, the ATF, the Secret Service, U.S. Marshals, ATF, Park Police. They follow the law. Let ICE follow the law. They're not rogue agents. who don't listen to judges and are making their own rules. That is what is frightening the American people. And that's what the Democrats are now seizing on. Follow the law. No illegal, abusive behavior. But all of this is political tactics. Why? Because the heart of the issue, my friends, is not just how you deport people. The heart is who you deport. Who do you deport? And that is the issue that we have not been able to resolve for 50 years. Trump starts with the worst of the worst. Everybody raises their hand. I agree. But many Republicans want to say, no, anyone who's undocumented. Anyone who's undocumented. Yes, I want those restaurant workers gone. I want the landscapers gone. Everybody who's undocumented. Democrats say, no, we can't lose those people. If they're here, they've been here for many years, they're law-abiding, they're paying taxes, they're helping the economy. Give them what was called a path to citizenship. And that's where the Republicans say, no. If you're undocumented, you're gone. Let Trump solve that problem. He can. He can. He can find the medium. He has the ability and the clout. And that would be a Trump legacy. Forget the Kennedy Center. I want my name on dollars. I want my name on pen. I want my name here. Do something real. Solve the immigration problem. That's a Trump legacy. That would matter.
Looking for financial insights you can trust?
How do you protect yourself as an investor? What's the strategy?
I think it's really simple. I think you just want to be diversified in your portfolio.
The Payne family brings real-world experience to every conversation.
Well, I think that's the problem right now is, right, a lot of people that are close to retirement, they're taking so much risks. And if we do get a big sell-off, it could derail their retirement.
Listen to the Pain Points of Wealth on the Red Apple Podcast Network.